The fact I'm a football coach. It's a competitive thing. I despise for people to beat us.
To Elliott, who goes sweeping to the left side. Gets to the 20, loose to the 30, to the 40, down the left side to the 50 goes Elliott. He's going to take it to the house. 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Ezekiel Elliott. 85 yards. Back is Dorsey to throw. And he throws it in the end zone. It's incomplete. The Buckeyes win the national championship.
It's Everything Buckeye Nation, the voice of the fan, with your hosts, Jake Smith and Corey Boyd.
Welcome in. Happy Monday. This is the Everything Buckeye Nation show. It has been a while. Welcome in. Appreciate you tuning in. Good to be back. Corey Boyd, Producer G. I'm Jake Smith. Thanks for tuning in tonight. It is a glorious Monday evening in the capital state. Didn't your teachers ever tell you to mute that phone, Corey?
I didn't have any teachers when I was growing up.
What?
I had leaders.
That explains a lot.
Leaders, not teachers.
Bro,
they
that's
led
the
me.
stupidest thing.
How didn't they teach you to fix your mic?
Apparently not. I didn't even do anything.
We are in rare form already.
See, this is what happens when you take 2 weeks off. Or I guess 1 week off. First show in 2 weeks, so bear with us. It's been a little while. Appreciate everybody in the comments section. David Hemphill, JP Pooley, of course. And I want to give a shout out to our supporters.
Yeah.
Our loyal, try to take two. Loyal supporters. Most recently, Brian McGee, our guy, Kyle Barr, Patrick Haldeman, Matthew Baldwin's biggest fan. Of course, John Goddard. Dude. Of course, John Goddard, David Campbell, Cheryl Tucker Moore, Freddie Koss, Laura BP, Scott Ewing, Tisha Smith, Julie Royer Estvander, Leighton Vander Esch, Char Miller, JP Pooley, Clyde Boyd III, and our number one, Josh Robideau. Thank you. Corey, did you know that you could subscribe to our content for just $4.99 a month for exclusive benefits?
And man, we are getting closer and closer to bringing you more and more. Stay tuned. I mean, we're getting close.
Stay tuned.
Close.
But we need your help.
And when it happens, you're going to get sick of our faces.
Yeah.
You're going to be like, okay, I know what
They're
I
already
signed
sick of mine. Probably.
Yeah, I know what I signed up for, but Jesus, oh my goodness. So be careful what you wish for.
Be careful. Just $4.99 a month, folks. That's just one trip to Wendy's you can cut out in 30 days. Behind-the-scenes looks at Corey's rants and whatever has him fired up.
Closer and closer.
Closer and closer.
Oh, it's getting close.
We're getting there. A lot of comments about March Madness. I can't believe it's March 18th already, man. We're almost to April. Clyde Boyd in the comment section. Corey Shoemaker, I agree, but I will not read it out loud. You have to be a supporter for that. David Hemphill, how far do you think Ohio State will go in March Madness? Eddie Stats joins the program. They got a hard draw with Iowa State.
You know what? I'm sorry.
Marty Bannister would agree.
I want to give a shout out to Eddie Stats. He's been doing his thing, working hard, out there putting out the work. He was at the combine doing big things.
Let's
Shout
go.
out to Eddie Stats, and he's back in the comment section as well. Shout out to Eddie Stats.
Edward, well done. Glad to see you in the program. All right, well, let's talk a little bit of March Madness. March Madness. Ohio State did squeak in to the NCAA tournament. I actually thought they got a better draw than what people were talking about. Some Ohio sports analysts disagree, but that's okay because I have my own opinion, and that opinion is correct.
You have officially made it, my friend. You have analysts going back and forth with you. I have been fighting with a certain analyst, and he will not respond to me. But you, sir, got somebody to respond to you. Congratulations. And you weren't even trying.
I wasn't trying.
I've been trying.
put it
and
out
you was
there.
just ho hum, minding your business and go.
You know,
Bucks.
because here's what happened. I said, great draw for Ohio State. Now, some of you might be thinking, did you watch Ohio State play? Did you see Iowa State play? Two different teams on that basketball court. Well, yes, in fact, I did. But everything I saw leading up to the tournament either had Ohio State in the first four, meaning they'd be playing probably tomorrow night, an extra game. I don't think I like that. Or they'd be getting defending champion Villanova, who you can say, oh, well, Villanova, you know, they aren't that good this year. Well, they've won 2 out of the last 3 national titles, and I think I would like to avoid playing the Wildcats of Villanova. So I see Iowa State, a team that went 9-9 in the Big 12, a team that lost 5 of their last 6 games in the regular season. I think it's a pretty damn good draw. Now, yeah, they took care of business in the Big 12 tournament. Good for them. They rattled off 3 straight wins, big wins. Good for them. Baylor's no good. They beat Kansas State, who's pretty good. And Kansas, both 4 seeds. Good for Iowa State. I'm excited. I think they got it's a pretty good draw in my opinion. If they happen to get past Iowa State, they'll meet the winner of Houston. And I believe, I was going to say St. Louis. I know they're a 14 seed, but who is it? I got it right here. We're professionals. Georgia State. What do you think? You feeling good about this? I mean, are you happy? You got to be happy at least that they're in. Right?
I'm happy they're in.
Sure.
I have no expectations.
No.
You're not. Let's be honest. We're not going into this tournament. Hey, Elite Eight, here we come. Final Four. No. I'm happy we're in. What was I saying a couple weeks ago? I don't want no NIT. Oh, please.
No.
I'm happy we're in. So Iowa State. Hey, you know the one team I didn't want to play?
Who?
Duke.
What?
That's it. Anybody else, bring them on. Why? Because we're not supposed to win. Iowa State's looking at, it's Ohio State. Oh, please. And you can look
12
and you can look at our past games and say, oh, Ohio State's pathetic. Ohio State is trash. They ain't win. Well, we didn't have our best player for the majority of those games because Caleb Weston was suspended. Hey.
Drugs are bad, kids.
They're bad. Don't do them unless you are Snoop Dogg. Then you can do whatever you want.
That's a fact.
So let's just go out there. Nothing to lose. That's when you're most dangerous. Those are the teams in the tournament that you want to watch out for. It's not the teams that are supposed to win. No. You don't want to be that team. You want to be the team that they say, oh, my goodness, one and done. Get them out of here. Oh, please. This is the spot where you want to be in because what were we saying? Just get in, please. They're in. And they hear it just like everybody else hears it. Ohio State is trash. They're terrible. Now, do I think they're going to go far? No. I'm going to be honest. But this is the position you want to be in. You're not supposed to go anywhere.
And I tell you what, I mean, this is going to be Chris Holtman's worst roster in his tenure at Ohio State, I've got to think. And to take this team to the NCAA tournament, that's a recruiting win in itself. You can go into any kid's living room across the United States and say, I took this team to the tournament. I need you now to take it to the next level. I'm pretty pumped about it. Shout out Mike Hiles in the comment section. I'm happy they're in too, and they got a game they can win. I feel pretty good about playing Iowa State. They're playing hot right now, but that's fine. But I mean, they lost 5 of their last 6 games of the regular season. They went 9-9 in the Big 12. It's a down year for the Big 12 because Kansas didn't win the Big 12 championship for the first time in 15 years. That's not an exaggeration. 15 years without at least a share of the regular season title. It's a down year for the Big 12.
And what happened? Iowa State got hot. They got hot, won the Big 12. Who's to say you can't get hot? Do I believe it will happen? No. Do I believe they can win a game? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But
they got a chance. You were saying just get in.
Yeah, this is the position you want to be in. You don't want to get hot in the NIT. Woo! We caught fire.
The not invited tournament?
Yeah, who cares? But this is where you want to be in. Get to the big dance.
Yep.
See what happens. You can get hot at the right time. What is seize? sees what happens. Woo, we are rusty. See what happens.
2 weeks.
Who knows?
Mike Heil says Holtman overachieved this year with this squad. He overachieved last year too, in my opinion. I mean, he's been doing a hell of a job. So let's talk about Iowa State just for a quick second here. They're initially favored by 6.5. I have seen, but they're I haven't been overly impressed with Iowa State really this year. I mean, 23-11. I mean, that's a good record. 9-9 in the Big 12. Not outstanding. Like I said, lost 5 of their last 6. I mean, sure, they got hot in the Big 12 tournament. That's great. Primarily because of shooting. You know what happens when one night when your shots aren't going in the NCAA tournament, you start to panic.
Mm-hmm.
And a team like Ohio State who's going to play very, very tight defense and fight no matter what. I mean, you saw it. We were down 23 to Wisconsin. Came back, made it a 2-point game.
Man,
they're going to fight like hell. No matter how far out or anything they are.
That game right there. Whew, that Wisconsin game.
Kind of a bummer.
Yes.
Kind of a bummer. A couple supporters have joined the program. Scott Ewing, my guys, love the background. Very happy that the Ohio State has made the big dance. Not a single person can knock on Holtman. So glad he's here. The future is so bright. How great is it that I personally was a big proponent of Archie Miller coming to Ohio State out of Dayton. Of course, his older brother, Sean Miller, is doing a fantastic job at Arizona, running a real clean program down there. But I thought Archie was the future of Ohio State basketball. And then he took the job at Indiana. We ended up getting Chris Holtman, and I was like, I don't know. Seems to have worked out. Holtman's 4-0 against the Hoosiers. So pretty pumped about that. Cheryl Tucker Moore, hey, fellas, go Bucks. Brutus Scarlet. Bizucks.
Hey.
I like that one.
Hey.
Super fan, Brutus Scarlet. David Hemphill, what's up with the Giants saying they aren't scouting Dwayne Haskins anymore? Do you believe them or not? We will get to that in a little bit.
Also want to shout out, if you're over on YouTube, let us know that you are there. Make a comment so we can give you a shout out. We are also streaming live on YouTube. Go ahead and give us a subscribe there. If you like us on Facebook, hey, just go over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button real quick. One little click. There you go. We would appreciate it.
Also in Ohio State news, 5-star point guard DJ Carton was named Iowa's Gatorade Player of the Year.
What?
Not going to Iowa. Coming to the Buckeyes. 5-star point guard, lefty. Pumped about this kid. Look up his highlights. He can throw down. He can step back jump. He's got great ball handling skills. A true point guard, which we haven't had in a couple years. So excited for that. Well, that's enough about Buckeye basketball, I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've had enough of that.
God, what do we talk about this? 10 minutes?
Let's get to the real stuff.
All right. You want to talk about Dwayne Haskins? Mm-hmm. All right. Let's get to our guy, David Hemphill's question. Mm-hmm. So, Diana Rossini of ESPN is reporting that the Giants are out.
My guy, Mike Branham just dropped a grenade. Now, you know the type of guy I am, Jake.
Yeah?
Listen. Thank you for the comment, Mike. Thank you for coming into our stream to tell us we are boring.
Well,
I appreciate you boring amateurs. Well, first of all, yes, we are amateurs. We are not pros.
That is a fact.
I am not on Fox Sports. I am not on ESPN. I am not on any professional channel that you can think of. But thank you for taking the time out of your boring day to watch us from wherever you are watching from. So I appreciate you, whoever you like, if it's Ohio State, if it's Tulane, if it's Iowa State, we appreciate you. So keep on watching because, haters make you stronger. Thank you, Mike.
I heard that.
We appreciate you.
I am kind of boring, though.
Let's go.
Dwayne Haskins apparently may not be ending up in New York after all. Really, ever since, all the mock drafts we've ever looked at this year have all said Dwayne Haskins, number 6, New York Giants. He's going. Pencil it in. And then I thought, well, I don't know, because somebody's going to come up above number 6 to grab him. And then all this talk about your good buddy Kyler Murray is going on. Maybe the Cardinals take him at 1. Maybe they don't. But the first real quarterback needy team is the New York Giants at 6. And you could say the Oakland Raiders at 4 if they don't like Derek Carr, but I kind of do. Give him another year, especially with AB. But Diana Rossini of ESPN put this out that reportedly the Giants aren't interested in Dwayne Haskins. A couple quotes or paraphrases she had. Quote, we aren't doing a lot of work on him. And, quote, he doesn't fit with us. What doesn't fit?
Now, before I get going, I want to give a shout out to Beat Threat TV on YouTube. He says, Brandon from DC trying to get the shout out. There's your shout out.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Brandon.
you from watching our boring selves here on the Everything Buckeye Nation. He says, the Giants are stupid for not getting Haskins. He said, Haskins is Paris a first-round pick? He says, Paris a first-round pick? That's another question he has. He says, I believe so. Beat Threat TV, a.k.a. Brandon from D.C., I agree with you. Now, if you've watched this show, if you haven't, this boring network, this boring show
Boring amateurs.
of ours, this amateurish show, I am a Dwayne Haskins guy.
You?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right or wrong? Now, hey, what do I know about football? Absolutely nothing, evidently.
Amateur.
But I didn't just give away Odell Beckham Jr. for some oatmeal cookies and a warm glass of milk. Okay? I didn't just do that. So for you to go out and say, we were never interested in Dwayne Haskins. Anyways, he doesn't fit what we're looking for. What are you looking for? To stick with the old, decrepit quarterback in Eli Manning? Is that what you're looking for? Then go ahead. Now I'm a little emotional because Dwayne is my guy. But I don't want him going there anymore.
Oh, I never wanted him to go there in the first place.
Please don't go. Odell's bye-bye. All you have is Saquon Barkley left, Saquon Barkley right, Saquon screen pass, Saquon up the middle, and that line is absolutely terrible. 10 in the box. Sterling Shepard, please save us a little bit of Evan Ingram. No, please pass. Don't pick my guy now. I don't want you to. You shipped him to my team, the Cleveland Browns, Odell Beckham, for oatmeal cookies and warm milk. Thank you very much. Don't draft Dwayne Haskins. I don't want you to. I don't know. What are you looking for in your quarterback?
They must be. I mean, they got to be tanking. They have to be tanking for next year's draft with Tua Tagovailoa, Jake Fromm, maybe Jacob Eason, maybe out of Washington. I mean, they've got pick 16 and pick 6 and pick 17 now with that trade for the Browns. Maybe they just go interior defensive line at 6, best player available at 17, ride Eli one more year to a 4-12 record, and pick highly again next year. I mean, I don't get it.
And how do you tank with a 38-year-old quarterback?
Who's getting, $23 million this year?
It's just things I don't understand. How do you do that? He's 38. Hey, what do we know? He's not what we're looking for.
Well, if the Giants really aren't interested in Haskins, I'm a happy guy as a Cowboys fan for sure. I think Haskins is going to be great. He'll probably be the best Ohio State quarterback to ever be in the NFL. I mean, we've had some struggles over the last, 5 decades of quarterbacks in the NFL.
Oh, my goodness.
I think Haskins is going to be really good. And he only played 1 year at Ohio State, so maybe he needs a year. Maybe he'll get the Patrick Mahomes treatment.
I can understand him sitting a year. I can understand that. But that's not – you're not – what are you looking for then?
That's a great question.
What are you looking for? To lose? Is that what you're looking for? We just give away our best players, and we don't want to draft good players. We're in rebuilding with an old man. That's what we're looking to do. Good luck with that, New York Giants. Good luck, because you're in a division with all young Case Keenum, I don't count him. I'm talking about Dak Prescott and Carson Wentz, young quarterbacks. Case Keenum, I don't know what Washington's doing either. That's a whole other story for a whole other day.
What are they doing?
But anyways, You're fighting Dallas and the Eagles. And what do you want to do? You want to keep Eli Manning and give up Odell for a box of cookies and warm milk. You go ahead and do that.
Not even a box of good cookies.
No.
Oatmeal
cookies.
Not
oatmeal
even
cream pies.
And not
no,
raisin.
no. Not the little Debbie's. No. Oatmeal. Straight oat.
I could go for some OCPs right now.
Yeah.
My mom has joined the program. Hey, Mom. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I just don't get the whole... I mean, and it could be, we talked a little bit about it before the show. Maybe it's a smokescreen. Maybe the Giants are saying, we're not really interested in Haskins, making them, A, available for a trade up to 6 for them to move back, acquire more assets, or B, people won't be talking about Dwayne going to New York. And I don't know, man.
I think it's utterly ridiculous. But like I said, I could be biased because I'm a Dwayne Haskins fan. It could be me. Let me know. I could be wrong. That's fine. It's not the first time I've been wrong. I could be emotional. My emotions could be taking over. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I am. I don't know. But it looks like you need a quarterback. You don't have a backup. You don't have a plan. You have one good player on offense. One. And that's
Who's
not
good enough to be good by himself?
That's not disrespecting the rest of them. But when you go to New York, you don't say, let me. No, it's Saquon Barkley, and that's it now. But that's fine.
Scott Ewing says, Andy Dalton's contract is up in 2 years. Plenty of time to be ready to be the new starting quarterback for the Bengals.
No.
My uncle and his son, my cousin, diehard Bengals fans, really struggling right now. Really upset with the Cleveland situation. Really, because they're like, why does our GM sit around and do nothing but sign the worst offensive lineman in pro football, while the GM for the Cleveland Browns is actually making deals? They bring in a guy who actually knows football, and holy hell, he's signing guys, releasing guys, building a team, making trades, taking risks. And now the Cleveland Browns are a freaking team to be reckoned with, while the Bengals just sit around and...
I love my fans. I don't want to see them in Cincinnati. I don't. Why?
Yeah, well...
Because I'm a Browns fan.
Sure.
No, I don't want competition. You keep Andy Dalton. He is good.
John Donnelly says, I hope the Giants don't take Haskins. I would love to see him in Cincy.
I
would love to see... As I'm not a Browns fan or a Bengals fan. As a Cowboys fan, I just want to see him in a place where he can succeed. Right. And if that happens to be New York, really, I don't want him to see... He's not going to go to Philly because they got Wentz.
Right.
He could go to New York. I don't want to see that. Washington could take him, trade up and take him to, be the quarterback of the future, whatever. Don't really want to see that. Not that I care too much about the Redskins. But other two teams, Pittsburgh and New England. Now, that's not going to happen either. So I'm okay with that. But I don't know, man. I can't imagine the Giants are serious right now. Just not being interested. I mean, I feel like everything now, just over a month away from the NFL draft, has got to be a smokescreen.
We will see. We will see what they do. And I am very interested in where he lands. Because most people said the Giants, maybe Jacksonville, but they just got good old Nick Foles.
Right. Well, let's go through the draft order a little bit.
Hey, Shawnee. Shawnee in the building.
Hey, Shawnee. Thanks for tuning in. Clyde says, in Dorsey we trust. I know that's right.
We trust.
The quarterback needy teams in the top 10. You've got, I don't consider Arizona as one because they drafted Josh Rosen and, traded up for him last year. And I'm hoping that's a smokescreen too, and they take Bosa at 1. Although I'd rather see Bosa in San Fran with Jimmy G. That'd be pretty cool. I'd be a pseudo Niners fan if Nick Bosa was there and was tearing it up next year. And you've got the Raiders at 4, potentially. Maybe they're interested in Murray, maybe Haskins. I like Derek Carr. And then you got the Giants at 6, Jags at 7. If the Giants don't want Haskins, the Jags just signed Nick Foles to 4 years. What, $84 million? Is that what you said? That's ridiculous. You got the Lions at 8. They're not going to draft a quarterback. The Bills at 9.
They're not drafting.
They got Josh Allen last year. Now the Denver Broncos at 10.
They need a quarterback.
I'd be really excited to see them get Haskins.
They need a John Elway.
But he wants Drew Lock out of Missouri. That's what everything says. He's infatuated with Drew Lock. And that big arm. It's not that big of an arm. I don't know. Dude played at Missouri and wasn't that good.
He just got Joe Flacco. So you're going to take – no, I know this is about to be the most blasphemous thing I have ever said in my life on this show. But I don't care because Mike Branham said I'm boring and I'm an amateur. So I'm going to say it anyways. John Elway does not know what he's doing when it comes to quarterbacks. Dude. He just doesn't.
Is he drafting bad quarterbacks so that he stays as
the greatest
best quarterback
Denver quarterback
in Broncos
in
history?
the history of Denver? Hey, it's a smart thing to do, right? Brock Osweiler, you're my guy. Oh, woo! What was that? Paxton Lynch. Come on over here.
They drafted Trevor Siemian, but he was in the 7th round.
Yeah, that one don't count.
But
Drew Lock.
Say they want to take Drew Lock at 10. Well, guess who's there at 11 just waiting? The Cincinnati Bengals. I tell you, I'd watch a hell of a lot more Bengals football next year. And I tell you what, because they'd be playing at 1 p.m. on Sundays, and the Browns won't be. The Browns.
Yeah, listen, I love my Ohio State fans. This is no disrespect at all. But my news feed is flooded because my Browns have been terrible for a while, in case nobody noticed.
Were you aware?
What are you wearing? Why are the Browns on TV? Why? This isn't fair. You got what you wished for. Have at it. Because we're going to be on prime time, baby. Yeah.
A lot of Browns in prime time this year. I mean, if Haskins falls all the way to 11 and he's there at 11,
come on.
Since he's got to take him.
And they will.
Because Andy Dalton's not the future. I got to think they would too. I mean, the value is too good at that point. You know, there comes a time, and I was talking about this today at lunch. It's kind of funny, you know, you'll have a GM say something like, well, I don't like that guy, you know, his off-field issues, blah, blah. He wouldn't fit well here. And then that guy's like still there in the 3rd or 4th round when that team comes up and they're like, so they pick, you know, they're like, well, you know, we get him into our system. We'll figure it out. You know, it's like the value eventually becomes too good to pass up. And Haskins doesn't have any off-field problems.
I like what you just said. Off-field problems. If a guy has off-field problems, okay, that's a reason to go, whoa. But if a guy's just different, if he, you know, he's not cookie cutter clean, so what? What's your coach for? What's your leaders for? Oh, well, I don't like his attitude. So you're not going to draft him? His attitude is a little bad for me. We're going to pass on him. Really? That's what we do now? He's not like everybody else. He's no Julio Jones. So we're just going to pass on him now, right? No. If there's no off-the-field problems and he's a bona fide stud, draft him. I don't understand. I never understood that. I never have.
Yeah. That's why the Bengals draft Joe Mixon in the 2nd round.
Right. He had no off-the-field problems, did he?
No. Our guy David Hemphill is a Cowboys fan, I think, G. He goes, Cowboys are in prime time more than any other team because they are America's team. Go Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? I need to pull up the silver and blue sound clips over here.
Hey, they are on prime time more than any other team, but we need to count.
Woo.
We need to count who has more prime time games this year, Browns or Cowboys.
Browns will probably get flexed into a few. Our gal Carrie Lynn joins the show. I'm tired, been up since 4 a.m. Woo! Woo! Get you a nap after the show. Scott Ewing, if Haskins drops to 11 and the Bengals don't draft him, I swear I'll LeBron everything I own of the Bengals. Hey, he put burn in parentheses there. Damn. You know, that's a good point. Because my cousin Scotty has been talking about Haskins like to the Bengals. He's like, I know it won't happen. I know it won't happen. But why not? Just please. Dalton's not the future. And I said they're in prime tank mode. The Bengals are going to draft, if Devin White is there, the LSU linebacker, they're going to take him at 11. Yes. Unless Haskins is there, maybe.
Come on.
However, I think they're just going to, I think the Bengals are in tank mode. They're going to draft a sharp defensive player this year, hopefully at linebackers. You see they released Vontaze Burfict today.
Yes.
They'll probably draft a linebacker.
I don't want him.
At no, nobody does. Draft him at 11, Devin White, or a very good D lineman.
Sorry, I had to answer a couple questions.
Hit him.
Yes, Carrie Lynn. The Giants said they're not interested in Haskins, supposedly, quotation marks.
Sure.
So that's why we're talking about, will Haskins be available at 11? And Mike said, if Haskins falls to 11 and we don't draft him, talking about the Bengals, is there any room on the Cleveland bandwagon?
Oh.
I will get back with you on that one, Mike. I will let you know.
You got the forms.
I got the forms.
I know you got the forms. Yeah, I don't know, man. But, I mean, and then it comes to, what if the Bengals don't take him at 11?
But the Bengals, but all seriousness aside, I don't want him to go to the Bengals because I'm a Browns fan.
Right.
Obviously, you didn't want him to go to the Giants because you're a Cowboys fan.
Sure.
But if he falls past New York, I don't see Jacksonville getting him. Even though I was talking about pre-show, I don't believe in Nick Foles. I just don't. But they're not going to take him. You just signed him for $84 million.
Oh, no.
You're not taking him.
I'm not paying a quarterback.
So they're in prime position. You rattle off all the teams. They don't need quarterbacks. Why not? And you can have them sit. I mean, you don't have to push Andy Dalton right out the door. He can sit. What is their criticism of Dwayne Haskins? He only played 1 year of college football.
That's got to be the only argument there is.
Well, I'm sure there's other technical, but I'm saying their main one is the 1 year of college football.
Mitch Trubisky only started 12 games, and he was picked 2 overall. I don't think he was
Now,
worth that.
Carrie, you know Big Ben will cry if they pick a quarterback. That's not happening. He cries every time.
She's been calling Haskins to the Steelers for a while now.
He cries every time they pick a quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, hell, they drafted Mason Rudolph in the 3rd round,
and
and
he
he was
cried.
like, well, apparently I'm not playing this year. Like, what? Bro, 3rd round quarterback. She is right. They do need a quarterback. They got a ton of picks because of getting rid of Bell and Brown. Yeah, they got like 3rd round picks. And they don't have – the Bengals do pick before them, but we'll see. David Campbell says Giants are just playing. They'll pick Haskins, and, that's a very distinct possibility.
Could be.
It's just all – it could be all smoke screens at this point, and who knows? Who knows, man? I'll be rooting for Haskins wherever he goes. I hope he doesn't go to a NFC East team. I'd be – pseudo Bengals fan. I'm a pseudo Browns fan right now just because of what they're doing. My mom's a Browns fan. My grandpa's a Browns fan. I was raised, unfortunately, on the Cowboys side of the family. But hey, that,
we deserve it, man. I mean, we've been through a lot.
Yeah, you have. Good for the Browns. I'm happy for the Browns, man. I called you.
You did.
You were my first
and
call.
You knew I knew. I knew it. As soon as I seen you, I was like, I already know what this is. Yeah, man, I know.
You didn't even answer the phone. Hello? You were like,
oh! That's right.
Odell?
Yeah.
For 1 and 3 and Jabril Peppers.
Cookies,
Woo.
oat milk cookies, and warm milk. We'll take them.
Michael Oldham's got it right. Oldham, probably. Let me know, Mike. He says, suck for sunshine. Now, I am a firm believer that a couple teams are doing this. I think the Miami Dolphins are doing this, and the Bengals might be as well. Trevor Lawrence is I mean, he's the flavor of the month, is what he is right now. Everybody's salivating over this kid, and rightfully so. He came out of high school as like, holy shit, this dude can throw the ball. This guy is fantastic. Got everything you want. Next Peyton Manning, and a little more mobile. And then he comes in and leads Clemson to a national title, undefeated season as a true freshman, slinging the ball over.
Can you say what you said again?
Leads Clemson to a national title.
Before that, next who? Peyton Manning?
Peyton Manning.
Woo, that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. And he's called.
Hey.
They know each other because Peyton reached out to him and said, I like your game. Are you kidding me? This dude looks like Sunshine from Remember the Titans. Everybody likes to call him that. He doesn't like that. And he's a really down-to-earth guy. I really like the kid. I wish he didn't play for Clemson, but it is what it is. He's still got 2 years of college football, bro. Yeah. If I was him, I might just sit out, not even play next year.
He's good, man. I give it to him. To beat down Alabama.
I mean, beat
down Alabama.
That defense.
Not beat down.
Yeah.
You got to be something.
And, say teams don't really like the next year's crop of quarterbacks, Tua Tagovailoa. I'm not sold on Tua in the NFL.
Tank for Tua? You're not sold for that?
No.
Tank for Tua? You're not sold for that?
I'm not sold on that. I mean, it's clever, I guess.
Yeah.
Suck for sunshine. I'm on that train, I guess. I mean, it used to be suck for luck, you know, Andrew Luck, when he was guaranteed to be number one. But I tell you, man, it's Trevor Lawrence could be, I mean, he could just come and teams are copying off the Browns now because they see how they did it. Sashi Brown should get a statue for his half incompetence, half tank plan, because then you bring in a guy who knows what he's doing, John Dorsey, with all this cap space, all these draft picks. And in 2 years, a year and a half, he got hired near the end of the 2016 or 2017 season, I think, because he had the first pick and the fourth pick in his like first NFL draft, his first offseason. Boom, Tyrod Taylor, Jarvis Landry, Carlos Hyde. All of a sudden, I'm like, oh, damn. I'm watching the Browns this year. Then they pick Baker Mayfield. Then they pick Denzel Ward. And I'm thinking, oh, am I a Browns fan right now? Sure enough.
Feels good, man. It feels good.
I mean, Shawnee says, I know you guys are excited
about
OBJ.
It feels
man.
good. And I know people, I know what naysayers, I know it's the Buckeye show. Keep it real core. I know what they're saying. Well, it's just paper. It's just paper. You got to play the game to win. Cool your Jets, Browns fans. When's the last time you said the Browns are good on paper?
Ain't that the truth?
I don't want to hear it.
Carrie Lynn says, how much cap space do the Browns have now? I think it's like 40 million.
Like 40 million, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they got
like
time,
40,
man.
It's like 40 or 42 million.
They got some, my mom said, yes, you are. I think she called me out for being a pseudo Browns fan. I tell you, man, I've watched a ton of their games. Laura's watching the show right now. She can tell you. We'd race home, put on the Browns on. I want to see Baker Mayfield. I want to see Denzel Ward. And then, you know, it's just, you see what can happen with draft picks and cap space if you got a GM that knows what he's doing. So now everybody's trying to tank early and blow it early.
Yeah.
So you've got those resources in 2 years when Trevor Lawrence is, I mean, write him down right now as the first pick in the 2021 NFL draft. Hands down. I mean, barring injury.
Unless somebody comes up out of nowhere and just wows us.
Hey, shout out your guy Chuck Kemper here, dude. You see that comment? Browns fan since 1957.
Hey, he deserves this.
Chuck, congratulations.
Congratulations, man.
I was at a cemetery a couple weekends ago paying my respects to some old family members and was talking to my grandpa about the Browns. I was like, man, you'd be so happy with what this Browns team is doing right now. And like 2 days later, they land OBJ. And I'm like, oh! I'm like, Grandma, I wonder if he had something to do with it. I swear. But I'm happy for the Browns fans, man. And I tell you, I'm going to watch them.
Like, I usually just go Buckeyes. When Buckeyes lose, my weekend is over.
Yep.
Because I know the Browns lost already. The Buckeyes lose. Urban, how could you do this to me?
Purdue, damn it.
Purdue?
Iowa.
Yeah, man.
Now you got something to look forward to on Sundays.
Yeah, man.
Isn't it beautiful?
Carrie, don't be throwing shade at Chuck. Leave him alone, Carrie. You leave him alone. Because he's loyal.
Man, that's fantastic.
Do your thing, Chuck.
1957. That's incredible, Chuck. Good for you, man. I'm happy for you. Let's talk a little bit about some more Buckeyes in the NFL.
All right.
We can talk the last 10, 15 minutes about some spring practice updates. Just a couple free agency updates for you. Bradley Roby is betting on himself.
Yeah,
Signed a 1-year deal with the Houston Texans. $10 million deal. 1 year, $10 million. I mean, that's a damn good deal. But you know, these corners are wanting the guaranteed money. Everybody wants a guaranteed money now. You're starting to see it trickle in. You see it in the NBA. Everything's guaranteed, pretty much.
All these players want guaranteed money.
And now, well, shit. I mean, can you blame them?
The NBA is setting a new precedent. Hey, I want my money now.
Well,
I don't blame them.
I don't blame him one bit either. So Bradley Roby, 1 year, $10 million deal with the Texans. Good for him. I mean, if he balls out next year, he can get 4-year, $56 million deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
if he can be an elite corner this year, he's betting on himself. Good for him. I was
kind of sad because he was when the Broncos were good.
Yeah,
when he was in that secondary with Harris and Talib, and
he's the nickel corner.
Yeah, he was the nickel corner
making plays.
He was making plays. The spotlight was on him. Then they got bad, and he just kind of fizzled out. So hopefully he can do something. The Texans are good. Their defense is good.
Yeah, Jimmy Wolford agrees. Roby can play. He'll earn a pretty big deal.
Hopefully he can shine. I want to see him do good.
Carlos Hyde, I like this for him. Signed a 1-year deal with the Kansas City Chiefs. Anytime a Buckeye lands on a good team with
I'm rooting for
playing
Carlos
role,
Hyde.
hell yeah.
I
love that dude.
I'm rooting for Carlos Hyde. I think he got a raw deal when he went to Jacksonville. I think that was the dumbest thing Jacksonville could have did. Yeah. You already have Leonard Fournette. Why would you even take Carlos Hyde? Like, what were you doing? You know he wasn't going to get any type of playing time.
Well, who was it? They got they traded Hyde and like Cody Kessler.
Yeah. Like
the Browns got a 7th-round pick out of that somehow. Maybe that was a different trade.
I don't think they just traded Hyde and he got a 5th-round pick.
All right.
That was it. Kessler they traded in the offseason.
Okay.
Yeah. But
to Jacksonville for
I hope this works out for him in Kansas City. I really do.
It's a good fit for him, I think.
It's a good fit.
Yeah.
Is it Williams, the running back, Kansas City?
Well, it's funny, any tailback off the street apparently can play in that system. You know what I mean? Dude was like bagging groceries. I love that Kurt Warner story. He played in the CFL a little bit, was bagging groceries, got a shot. Won 2 Super Bowls? At least he won 1 Super Bowl. Man, they should have beat the Steelers. I don't want to talk about that. Good for Carlos Hyde. 1 year, $3 million deal with Kansas City Chiefs. Big John Hankins, my guy. David Hemphill put this in the comment section. John Hankins re-signed with the Oakland Raiders. 2 years, $9 million, $8 million. Good deal for Big John Hankins. Always loved him at Ohio State. And a couple of my guys here. Jeff Hireman re-signs with Denver, the tight end. 2 years, $9 million. Good for him. Great dude. Does a ton of volunteer work. Always volunteering in the community. I mean, he's just an outstanding young man. He's probably older than me, I guess, but
he just needs a quarterback.
Joe Flacco.
That's all he needs.
He's elite.
No disrespect.
Man, you know what sucked? I knew because Hireman got drafted to the Broncos like in the 3rd round, and it was Manning's last year.
And he got hurt.
And I was like, he's going to play with Manning. He's going to get 1 year, and he tore his knee in preseason. Didn't get to play. Last one I got, John Simon, Buckeye legend, really helped us get through the transition from Tressel, Fickle into Urban. Urban's first year was John Simon's last year. Big 54 defensive end. John Simon re-signs with the Patriots. He's just a great fit. Dude's a versatile defensive lineman. Belichick,
he just plays for the wrong team. That's all. But I can't hate him for that. It's not his fault.
Right. Number 1 supporter Josh Robideau says Carlos Hyde was playing well when the Browns traded him. He was playing well. I will agree with that. He was playing well. The Browns seemed to think that Nick Chubb was the better back. He was looking better in practice. There were a couple times in games, I think, when they were playing the Raiders, Chubb just shot out of a cannon. And it was like, well, damn. And, I felt bad because I was like, I love Carlos Hyde.
Me too.
I love the dude.
I was torn being a Buckeye fan.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see Carlos Hyde do good, but this Nick Chubb guy, I'm like,
but you got a Chubb?
So come on, man. I want I want Carlos Hyde to succeed with Patrick Mahomes and that high-flying offense. He's underrated at catching the ball out of the backfield.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't remember how good he was catching the ball out of the backfield. In San Francisco, he did it.
Yep.
Ohio State, he did it. Patrick Mahomes, swing passes, screens.
Well, and it's so spread wide open in Kansas City, and he's a bruiser.
Well,
he's mostly a bruiser.
I was going to say Tyreek Hill, but we don't know how that's going to work out. So
speaking of bruiser,
yeah, we don't know how that's going to work out.
Count it.
Yeah. So, man, come on, Carlos Hyde. I am rooting for you.
Me too, man. Me too. All right, let's talk. We got probably 10 minutes left here. Let's talk Ohio State football. Just some updates on some spring practice, a little bit of information you may not have been aware of. First things first, Ryan Day has said he will call plays this fall. I was a little, I wasn't sure what he was going to do. With all this new added responsibility. Of course, he called plays last year, and I'm sure Urban Meyer 25% of the time said over the headphones, nope, quarterback draw. And Ryan Day was like, yes, sir, because that's kind of what you got to do in in that kind of situation. Yep. But Ryan Day, I'm thinking now he's got to meet the defensive staff. He had to introduce himself to defensive guys.
You know what excited me? I'm sorry.
Hit him.
I don't want to cut you off.
Do it. I'm boring, remember?
No, we are boring. Mike Branham. If you see him on Facebook, hit him up. Just type boring on his feed, Mike Branham. If you see him, go in the comments. I know he ain't watching no more because we bored him to tears.
Oh, yeah.
But if you see him on Facebook or if you see him walking in the street, walking his dog, trip him, but make sure you keep the dog because the dog did nothing wrong.
Yeah, dog's good.
The dog is good. You see him on Facebook, just type boring on his news feed. But back to what I was going to say. Sorry, you got me going.
Hey, that's what I do.
He said that they were going to bring back the quarterback under the center, and I almost fell out the chair. I said, my prayers have been answered. My goodness. Do you know what will happen on 4th and inches if you just sneak it?
Oh, it's almost like a guaranteed first down.
Oh, my God. What a concept.
Man, I can't. You remember Urban Meyer saying like, "Well, we don't practice it, so you don't want to have a mistake in that sort of situation." Like, okay, take 5 minutes a day to practice the sneak, coach. Come on. I mean, come on, man. But yeah, Ryan Day says we're going to experiment going under center. It's going to give our offense a big advantage, I think, because Ryan Day's a pro-style guy, and it's kind of funny because Ohio State does the whole developed here thing that you get developed into a pro prospect, but we've always ran, a traditional sort of college offense, shotgun spread. It's the Urban Meyer offense. But now Ryan Day, he's going to add his own little spin on it. Obviously, we're going to be out of the shotgun a lot too, but if we're going to be under center, run some, just mix it up a little bit. It gives the defense a lot more to prepare for. Some run. I think J.K. Dobbins will really succeed getting a direct handoff, from under center, whether it be, a little slash play or what, off tackle. But, the play action is going to be a lot better. I mean, the play action has been Urban Meyer's kind of cup of tea, over the last 5 to 7 years when he was here that, we tried to run to set up the play action. Well, that's fantastic. But when your play action, it's just like a quick little handoff here instead of a complete turnaround, couple steps, hand the ball off wide, and then put it back under your pocket and look down the field. You remember, I saw a great comment. I don't know where it was, maybe 11 Warriors, but somebody said, remember the play in the game, Ohio State versus the Wolverines. I believe it was 2006 when it was 1 versus 2. And we ran a play action. It was 2nd and short. And we had everybody up at the line. Troy Smith gives it up the middle to Beanie Wells, who dives over the line and gets the first down. Only problem is Troy Smith had the ball hidden behind his leg. One of the best fakes I've ever seen. And you got a guy like Teddy Ginn flying down the sideline. It was really the middle of the field. Smith puts up a ball. He catches it. Touchdown. They didn't see it coming. I mean, it's like it's going to really just give the defense more to look at, and I'm excited about that, man. And under center. I am in no John Goddard in the building.
I am in no shape or form throwing shade at Urban Meyer at all. But bringing under the center back is amazing. It opens up everything. You mean you're going to be under the center and in shotgun? We have to prepare for both.
There you go.
Oh, man. I love it. When I seen it, I was like, that's all I've been asking for. If I see the I formation, I may faint.
It's about the matchups.
I may faint. I formation, 3rd and 1. Power I. Oh, my goodness. What? We don't have to get 5 yards to get 1?
Right. That was our whole big thing. Like, we can't convert 3rd and short or 4th and short. How many times did we have 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, 4th and 1, 4th and 2 this year? And we just run like a read option or a dive up the middle with J.K. Dobbins from the shotgun. He's already 5 yards back. So you got to gain 6 yards for just the 1 yard. That's a nice point out of you. I like that.
Thank you. I want to read this comment because If you can take the time to type this long comment, I am going to read it.
Is this a Kurt Warner one?
Yeah.
Hit him.
And you watching our show here, and I really appreciate it. This is from Jimmy Wolford. I appreciate you watching. He says he has a story about Kurt Warner, and this is called Karma. He said, I have a story. Kurt Warner became the Rams starter that year. He said, a bunch of Rams were signing autographs at the Children's Hospital where my mom worked in the preseason. Wow. Trent Green left as soon as their obligatory time was up. That means you guys can leave. Peace.
Douses.
I'm out. Deuces.
Later.
Warner stayed until every kid got an autograph. While watching the next preseason game, my mom mentioned the story, and then Green got hurt moments later.
Wow.
He says, hate to say it, but karma got him.
Dude.
That's crazy. Wow.
Thank you for sharing, Jimmy.
And then the legend of Kurt Warner was born. Thank you for sharing that story.
That's fantastic, man. That's great. I love Kurt Warner, man. That's a good, just a great story overall with his career. Patrick Haldeman, our homie, says, I'm late. And also, how's my boy Baldwin doing? Let's see. Do I have anything down here for Baldwin? I'm not sure that I do. We haven't seen much. The Buckeyes were on spring break last week, so no practice. I think today was their first practice back. Nothing new.
Yeah.
Nothing new.
Nothing really.
Battle
new.
going on.
Battle still going.
Couple things I want to get to real quick before we wrap up the show here.
John Goddard agrees with the whole shotgun thing, by the way. Shout out to John.
Thanks, John. You want to talk Urban Meyer? We were just talking about him.
Yeah.
So Urban Meyer is, going to be adding to his associate athletic director duties.
I don't understand.
No. Going to join a new Fox pregame show. They're trying to compete with College Game Day, which, as much as I don't like College Game Day anymore, I think they drag it out too much. It used to be really good, 10 to 12. Now they make it 9 to 12, and Lee Corso's real, he's real old, can't really do it as much. So they got like David Pollock on there, who I'm not a big fan of. There's still one thing you think about Saturday mornings. What are you going to put on? It's College Game Day. And it's because they go to a certain place every time. That's what makes College Game Day great, is their location. They're at the biggest game of the week 95% of the time. This is just going to be a studio show with Urban Meyer, Brady Quinn. If my wife's still watching, she'll be happy about that. Urban Meyer, Brady Quinn, and then two USC guys, Reggie Bush and Matt Leinart. Some moderator, some boring guy like me will be up there asking them questions.
You mean us boring guys?
But he's not an amateur, so.
Yeah, so he can be boring.
Right, no kidding. And the whole thing's going to be filmed in Los Angeles. So people are like, oh, Urban Meyer, Matt Leinart, Reggie Bush, Los Angeles, USC, connecting all these dots. And you know what? USC will fire their coach, Clay Helton. I cannot believe that they didn't this past year. But I tell you what, I'll be watching this Fox pregame show, probably just because of Urban Meyer. And if he takes the USC job next year, I'm not going to be mad at him. What would I be mad at him for? Nothing. Hell, I'll root for him.
Here's my thing. I just want to know, how is he doing both? I just don't. Hey, do your thing.
He must not have that many responsibilities here.
At the assistant. It is.
He was at practice last week.
But I was reading this article. Listen, man. Maybe it's me, but people they hold on to stuff so long. Everybody hates Urban Meyer except people in Ohio. Fox has made the biggest mistake ever. Are they out of touch?
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, calm down. Is it that serious? I understand. Did he do it? People, it's okay. It will be okay. Relax. Just let the man live his life. And if the ratings are terrible, then the show won't last. And then you guys will get what you want. Calm down. It will be okay. Jesus.
Man.
It probably was Phil Baum writing the article under a different name.
Has Urban Meyer lost control? Couple quick things. Vegas Sportsbook has the over-under set at 10 wins for the 2019 season. We could probably do the whole show next week on this. 10 wins. We can go through the schedule. We'll do that next week.
All right.
10 wins seems a little short. And what I don't like is the over-under is normally a half. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If they set it at 9.5, everybody would be hammering the over. They set it at 10.5. Who knows? Could be interesting. Last thing I really want to get to here is the defensive position. So we've talked about this a few times over the last few weeks, and the supporters have heard it first. So we've talked about it a couple times to the supporters. So go ahead, support us. Get all these behind-the-scenes extras.
Oh, and like I say, you're close to getting so much more. We're this close.
We're very close.
Very close. So you can get sick of this face. Sick of it. So if you're sick, if you want to get sick of this face, $4.99. If you want to get sick of it,
so we talked.
$4.99.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked to the supporters about this a little bit. With Greg Madison and Al Washington coming to Ohio State from the Wolverines, we're talking, what's the defense going to look like? Are they going to switch around? Now they seem to be practicing with this interesting hybrid position, hybrid safety and outside linebacker type role. It's really just a strong safety. I mean, it's just moving them around the formation. The type of position Jabril Peppers played, Khaleke Hudson played last year for the Wolverines. Very, very game-inflicting position. Safety, linebacker, hybrid. They called it the Viper with the Wolverines, and I thought that's a pretty cool name, Mm-hmm. Like, it has nothing to do with the Wolverines. So I'm like, if they call it the Viper here, I'm cool with that.
Right.
Sounds pretty dope. Well, there's a name for it, folks, and you are going to love it. It is the bullet position. The Silver Bullets are back, and there is one player in particular that will be playing the bullet position, and it's Brendan White.
Hey.
And it's my guy, William White's kid, of course, really came on strong at the end of the year. And he plays that role very well. He can blitz. He can tackle in the open field. He can cover the bullet. How cool is that, man?
Cool.
I was fired up when I heard that.
Cool.
Like, hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
I was like, Viper, that sounds pretty cool, man. I'm down for that. And they say the bullet? I was like, bro.
Let's go.
Can I play the bullet?
Out of the bullet position.
Can I? Do I have eligibility left?
I don't know.
I need to grow another 2 inches and turn a whole lot of this into muscle, but hey, it can happen. I don't know, man. But I thought that was pretty cool.
Hey.
The bullets.
I can't wait for them to call it out during the game.
Hell yeah.
That's what I'm waiting to hear.
What do you got over there? You got anything?
Comment. JP says, smart kid. Carolyn says, go White. Dude showed out when he had to step up this past season.
Big time. That's a fact.
John Goddard said, trouser trout is what Michigan called it.
What?
And David says, silver bullets. JP says, big time. And then David says, who will be next? Who will be the next Joey or Nick Bosa for Ohio State?
Ooh. Wow. I'll give you an under-the-radar name. I'm fired up about Tyreek Smith. Everyone's going to talk about Chase Young this year, and rightfully so. Jonathan Cooper on the other end, he's going to clean up as well. But Tyreek Smith is my guy. He wore number 11 last year, played a lot as a true freshman. From what I've read, what I've heard, he has developed. I mean, he's no longer an 18-year-old kid. This dude is a monster. Go figure. Larry Johnson and Mick Marotti just molding defensive linemen. Tyreek Smith, man.
And David agrees.
Thank you, David.
He's with you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Look out for this kid, man. I am Cleveland Heights kid, too. I mean, he's a Ohio kid, and he's going to tear it up.
I'm watching for him.
Josh Robideau says, Noah Potter took on the number 97. Yeah, you got some shoes to fill there.
Ooh, good luck
Noah
with that.
Potter.
I wouldn't take
it. Yeah, who's the next Joey and Nick? Well,
Noah Potter.
Noah Potter's
there
wearing
it is.
97.
I wouldn't have took it. You want that? Nope.
Oh, no.
I'll let that pass.
Yeah, I'll take 51
Right.
if I got to. But 97. Of course, I don't know. Those guys are pretty great.
Anything else, man?
I got nothing.
All right.
Nothing.
Producer
Producer G's like, all right, can I go home? Yes, we can. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. Scott Ewing, Josh Robideau, all the supporters.
Yeah.
Everybody in here. Thanks for helping us out.
Hey, like I said, remember, if you see Mike Brandon on the street,
hey, man,
kick him in the kneecap. Ooh. And if you see him on Facebook, right on his news feed, his wall, his comment section, you are boring, sir. And if you're still watching, I hope you're not, because we're so boring. Why would you still be tuned in?
Ooh, thanks for the view and the comments.
Thanks for the view and the comment.
Shout out my guy Ryan North tuning in as we sign off. Unfortunate there. Hope to be back next week, next Monday, 7 to 8.
Hey.
We'll see you there. Support us. We'll bring you some more stuff throughout the week. And as always, we appreciate you.
Still working on the Josh Spring Game live show.
I'm sure we'll do something.
We'll do something.
We'll probably bring you
figure it
a
out.
watch party or something like we did near the end of the game or the end of the season last year. So appreciate everybody for tuning in. For producer G, Corey Boyd.
Yeah.
I'm Jake Smith signing off, saying go Bucks and O-H. Bump that up.
Oh, yeah.
See you next week. Go Bucks.
Yeah.